All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are down to semi-finals now for the Pan Pacific Championship. We are actually going to have FXoptikzero versus Moonglade. So this is going to start off in Shakura's Plateau. I believe this is a best of three. So these guys very anxious to feel each other out, see what's going on. FXoptikzero was just picked up by the new esports team FX Open, and he is going to get some more team members very shortly. I believe they are going to be announcing it in the next couple of days, which is going to be great to see. So expect to see this guy at some lands in the future as well. Considering he's been placing really well everywhere so far recently. I am unstable, joined here by Wolf. So we saw Moonglade take out Tyler in round one. Let's see how FXoptikzero can handle Moonglade.
Yeah, FXoptikzero is going to throw down this pylon here at this ramp, which is actually the opening I always do in this map, and I feel that most pros players do it as well because it feels to me to be the best. You can throw a forge down there afterwards if you need to, but otherwise you can just Nexus first, expand there very easily on this map. It's such a long map, and we're going to see FXoptikzero go in here and scout very quickly, and he's going to see if he's going for a hatch first or pool first. If he sees the pool first, he'll throw down a forge. If he doesn't see a pool, probably throw down the Nexus first. And sometimes you can throw down the forge first regardless, and then cannon contain your opponent. Pretty easy to do as well. So we'll see what ends up happening here. It looks like I said, FXoptikzero is just going to wait and maybe Nexus first. He's going to deny this hatchery actually with his probe a little bit.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Moonglade going to actually pool first instead when he sees that probe there.
Yeah, it's a big... It's a big decision-making choice, I think, for a lot of Zergs, whether to keep fighting for that natural or just throw down the spawning pool as soon as you see any kind of harassment with it. It's really good because I think Moonglade did do the right choice because FXoptikzero definitely would have thrown down a pylon. He does have the resources for that. He has thrown down that forge at the front of his base. Probably he might be going for that forge contain at the bottom of the ramp. Moonglade has seen that, though, that forge, and he's going to be bringing down this drone. Does not want to get blocked off at the bottom of that ramp. That is the worst possible thing that can happen for him right now, as the forge is almost done. And wow, that's a very fast Nexus.
Yeah, this is a really common build on this map for Pro players because it's so easy to expand. You can just easily drop a cannon if he needs to once the Zerglings start popping out. And 6 Zerglings going to pop out for Moonglade. He's going to try to be aggressive with those. But FXoptikzero can easily just wall off with a gateway here, or just throw down a cannon. Actually, I think the Zerglings can pop out on the right side of the forge because the drone blocked the wall a little bit. So he needs to be careful and make sure that he gets either a pylon there, or okay, so he's gonna get a second gateway here, and needs to put his probe there. Yeah, to hold off these Zerglings.
Hey, look at that! He's a smart little kid. That one. He's checking that he can get through there. This cannon probably going to be done in time, but I gotta say I don't like the fact that it can be hit.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna throw the pylon down then cancel it. But the cannon is going to finish, or the cannon's going to finish just in time for the Zerglings. Force the retreat on the Zerglings. Probably going to cancel that pylon as soon as he feels comfortable.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, there he goes.
Some good decision making for both players so far in this match. More of a mental battle than anything right now, which is going to be really good. I really want to see how this
getting
game
double
plays out.
gas.
Ooh.
And you know, when you see that as a Zerg player, well, if you can get the chance to see it, Overlord's not really that close quite yet. You can probably expect Stargate play, and that's what I'm expecting to see. Have to wait and see, though, if that's what FXoptikzero has in mind. And, you know, Moonglade's expansion a little bit later, and now he can't pressure his opponent at all, so he's got to be feeling a little bit frustrated, but he knows he can drone up pretty hard right now. It doesn't really need to make any attacking units, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He could easily take a third as well, and he might decide to do that.
We have a third gas already for FXoptikzero as well, so that's going to be very interesting. I think the thing that's going to be on Moonglade's mind is when is this timing push going to come? Because he doesn't want to get caught out of position with droning too much, not getting enough units. He really wants to get the view on this base. I'm just having a look around for Moonglade's overlords. He must have... No, it's only the one is the top of his natural.
Got one.
Yeah, that's a bit of a difference.
I think we're going to see double Stargate from FXoptikzero. And he's going to throw down the first one right now. And is he going to get a second one? Yep, double Stargate.
I have seen him do this quite a bit.
Build I always do.
Is this the Phoenix in a Corsair? Phoenix in a Corsair?
Yeah, it's a really strong build. And if you use the Phoenixes to force Hydras, of course, and Phoenixes actually do fairly well against Hydras. You know, you can hold them off pretty well until you get the Colossus out, keep your opponent in his base. And Moonglade just doesn't know what's going on because he hasn't seen the gas timings or anything like that, so he really needs to get that Overlord in. He's got that one behind the mineral line of the natural, kind of slowly making its way over, but it's not really going to be able to tell him a whole lot. He's just going to see one assimilator there, and that's not really going to tell him what he needs to know.
Are you noticing a bit of lag in this game?
Actually, I have not seen any so far.
So far, I'm just noticing a little bit. I'm not sure if everyone else is noticing it as well. Hopefully, that calms down. But hey, so far we are going to see that Evo Chamber go down for Moonglade. I think he has going to expect some kind of Phoenix play. If he'd actually, I do know I spoke to Moonglade yesterday. If he'd actually played FXoptikzero before and knew about him, and he has absolutely no clue what kind of play style Optic goes for. So he's going to be kind of unprepared for these Phoenixes. His lair is coming down, but at least with that Evo Chamber, he will be able to throw down 1 or 2 Spore Crawlers to help deal with this Phoenix harass that is most definitely coming very shortly.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I hope you can't hear that annoying someone calling me in Skype, trying to kick me out of this call. Hopefully that didn't go through on your audio. But yeah, I think he's going to wait for 4 Phoenixes before moving out. And once you get those 4 Phoenixes, you can pick up Queens really easily and just kind of do an infinite sort of lift.
Oh, wow.
Pick the Queens up.
I love this intuition by FXoptikzero there. He didn't even see that Overlord, but just assumed one was going to be there and just went to pop it out.
Yeah, there's pretty much always an Overlord there, and FXoptikzero, you can tell he's practiced a lot. He knows exactly what to look for. There's actually usually an Overlord over here as well, near the Zelnaga Watchtower, but he's not going to find one there. And he's going to come in here and pick up a Queen, and the Spore Crawler are going to be up maybe just in time. If he focuses down that Queen, could have gotten it maybe, but he's going to back off after killing that Overlord.
Yeah, definitely.
So forcing Spore Crawler is always a really good thing to do in this matchup because it costs a lot of resources. Also, for every Spore Crawler you make, you lose 1 drone. So it's almost like killing a drone, except expensively.
Yeah.
And
so
he's going to try to do a little bit of harass over here, but there's Spore Crawlers as well.
Yeah, shut down pretty well by Moonglade so far, but looks like he's found a nice little niche position to pick off some drones. Nicely done by FXoptikzero there, but oh no, the Hydras have popped out, and he does lose one of those Phoenixes, unfortunately. But something I'm noticing, all his Phoenixes are on low shield, so he's been controlling them extremely well to keep them alive as long as possible.
Yeah, but if you go back to the main base of FXoptikzero, he actually, there was an Overlord that did have speed that came into his base, and he did, after killing the Overlord with some sentries, throw down the robotics bay. So he's already ready for the Hydra.
Oh my god!
He's already made his robotics facility.
I don't think you saw it, but at the 12 o'clock position, Moonglade was about to throw down his 3rd base, and Optic intercepted the drone. That is going to be very frustrating. Very frustrating for Moonglade. These Phoenixes can be so annoying to deal with. I think he's going to be lifting up this Zergling. There we go. Kills the Zergling, removing map control for Moonglade. He's still pumping quite a few Phoenixes. He does see that 3rd base going down now. These Hydras are a bit out of position here if he decides to go and do more harassment down at the natural expansion for Moonglade. So some nice back and forth for both of these guys so far.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what FXoptikzero is doing with these Phoenixes. We do see, now notice he has the Spire up, and that might confuse some Zerg players who aren't as good, as Moonglade. And the reason why he's getting the Spire, because, Phoenixes, hold that thought, he's going to pick up some drones here, some gas drones, and then get away. But the reason why he's getting the Spire is actually probably for Corruptors rather than Mutalisks to help shut down the Phoenix harass. And look at this nice Hydralist positioning by Moonglade, picks off a Phoenix there. He knew they were going to come back around, and he did pick one of those off.
Yeah,
2 Colossi on the way, as well as range and level 1 air attack, though, for FXoptikzero.
Definitely. So the problem I see with this build, though, the only problem I ever see with it is there's no gateway units to be able to buffer between these speedlings that Moonglade is going to have and the Colossi. I think that's the only thing that could hurt FXoptikzero now. He is taking out a lot of these units. But, oh no, be careful of those Hydras. There we go. Barely moves, gets that Phoenix away in time. He is on red health. We are going to be seeing some Corruptors come out. 6 Corruptors coming out for Moonglade. So right now, FXoptikzero in a bad spot, I think. He's floating 1,000 minerals and is falling behind in the Eco War. But we do have 5 gateways.
It's very difficult to deal with this Corruptor transition because Corruptors not only are very good against Phoenixes, but also good against Colossi. So that's where this build sort of starts to fall apart a little bit sometimes. And sometimes you see players try to go for Roaches instead, which of course is a bad idea. But like you said, he does have a lot of gateways now, so he's probably going to stop Colossus production at least temporarily in order to get Stalkers out. And he needs to take a 3rd base, and he could easily throw down a pylon, a few cannons, and take that 3rd. It looks like he's going to throw the Nexus down first. Sometimes a little bit risky, to do that, but he feels comfortable because he has these Phoenixes giving him vision of the map, constantly moving those around. Notice FXoptikzero never leaves his Phoenixes in one place, ever. For those of you who are watching, it's really important to keep that harassment up.
Yeah, so
And you know, there's a lot of Colossi now.
Oh yeah, lots of Colossi. We are going to have a lot of Corruptors as well, though. I don't think FXoptikzero has the Stalker count to be able to handle it. So hopefully it does get knocked down pretty quickly. 4 Changelings coming across the map. But Optic taking out a lot of them. Moonglade does notice he's coming, bringing all his reinforcements from that third base down to the front. I don't think there's an observer. There's the observer coming with the army to be able to snipe out these creep shimmers, doing a great job. Not enough Protoss players do this. They don't bring an observer.
Yeah, it's really important to have that.
Hmm.
It's really important to have that because not only does it snipe the creep tumors, but also if your opponent goes for some sort of funky burrowed road transition, you need it. And a lot of these feelings being wasted there, not able to do any damage. And now the Corruptor's going to flank. Nice flank. Phoenix is going to engage as well as the Stalkers. Moonglade's going to pick off a lot of these units though. And look at this though. FXoptikzero pulling the Stalkers to deal with the Corruptors and also engaging with the Colossi at the other side. Really nice flank.
He needs to be careful when going up this ramp, though. All the Corruptors are now in. Corruption going down on all those Colossi. But it looks like Moonglade pulling drones now. All these... Oh, my God. The Hydra's just absolutely melting to this play by FXoptikzero. And this could be game over. There are 24 Lings and 10 Hydras on the way, but he hasn't been able to kill these Colossi. And there's GG. FXoptikzero will take it 1-0 so far.
FXoptikzero is so good. That was so well played. He forced